Your soulmate is about to surprise you. It's about location. My beloved child, freeze your steps and do not scroll past this screen, for the universe has just triangulated a specific, geographical coordinate, where your destiny is scheduled to collide with your reality, and to skip this video now is to throw away the map just as the treasure chest is being dug up. You are seeing this because your soulmate is not just thinking about you. They are physically positioning themselves in a location that is significant to your future. The angels are screaming that the sudden, inexplicable urge you have felt recently to visit a specific place, a coffee shop, a park, or a different route home, is not a whim. It is a magnetic pull. God is revealing that your soulmate is about to surprise you, but the surprise isn't just their presence, it is the location itself. This place holds the energetic key to unlocking the union you have prayed for. If you disconnect before this message concludes, you risk ignoring the GPS of the spirit, leaving your partner waiting at the meeting point alone. The reason this location is the pivot point of your life is that it acts as a portal of reunion. God is revealing that the surprise is that this location is likely somewhere you have avoided in the past or a place you feel strangely drawn to right now without knowing why. The shock comes from the realization that your soulmate is currently there, or heading there, carrying a specific gift or message that will clarify every confusing signal you have received in the last 6 months. If you skip this video, you might stay home out of habit, missing the divine appointment by mere minutes. But if you stay, you will receive the coordinates of destiny. You must trust this sudden pull. God is showing that the coincidence of you both being in this place at the same time is mathematically impossible without divine intervention. It is a setup for a miracle. Something huge is waiting for you in the visual details of this specific location. A specific color that will stand out unnaturally when you arrive. God wants you to know that as you approach this place, you will see the color emerald green repeatedly, on a sign, a car, or a stranger's clothing. Do not ignore it, this is the go signal from heaven. Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals the specific time window in which this surprise will occur, and why missing it by even 5 minutes changes the entire outcome. Hold on, for the map is being unfolded. My devoted seeker, synchronize your internal clock and pay absolute attention, for we are narrowing down the time window mentioned in the last revelation, and to scroll away now is to arrive at the station just as the train is pulling away. You are here because the location of your surprise is governed by a specific, divine timing. The angels are revealing that this is not a coincidence you can force. It is a golden hour alignment. God is screaming that within the next 48 hours, there is a specific 60-minute window, likely between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m., where the veil between you and your soulmate is thinnest at this location. If you disconnect before this message concludes, you risk showing up too early or too late, missing the intersection of your timelines. But if you stay, you receive the schedule. You must understand that your soulmate is moving according to a divine rhythm, and the universe is trying to sync your steps with theirs. The reason this synchronization is the turning point is that you are currently vibrating at a frequency of waiting, but you need to vibrate at the frequency of meeting. To physically lock your timeline to this golden hour and signal to the universe that you are ready to be in the right place at the right time, I ask you to subscribe to the channel and like this video immediately. By doing this, you are not just clicking a button, you are winding the clock of destiny. The angels are watching. This subscription is your agreement to show up for your own life. Share this video with a friend who believes in miracles. By opening the door for others, you ensure your own door remains open. Leave a comment below saying, "I am synced," to stamp this time coordinate into your reality. Something huge is waiting for you in the auditory details of this location, a specific sound that will pierce through the noise the moment you arrive. God wants you to know that you will hear a specific song playing from a car or a store, or a specific ringtone that has deep meaning to you. Do not ignore it. This is the siren of recognition. Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals the specific 3 numbers you will see on a license plate or receipt at this location that confirm your soulmate is within 100 feet of you. Hold on, for the countdown has begun. My attuned observer, scan your environment immediately and do not blink, for we are decoding the 3 numbers that serve as the proximity alarm for your soulmate, and to scroll away now is to silence the radar just as the target comes into range. You are here because the specific sequence you will see at this location, on a license plate, a receipt, or a digital sign, is 222 or 555. The angels are revealing that this is not random math, it is the union code. Michael is screaming that seeing these numbers is the universe's way of shouting, "You are close." The shock comes from the realization that your soulmate is seeing the exact same numbers at the exact same moment, creating a synchronized bridge between your minds. If you disconnect before this message concludes, you will treat these digits as coincidence, missing the vital signal to stop and look up. But if you stay, you will realize that 222 means partnership is here, and 555 means the change is happening now. The reason these numbers are the critical marker is that they pinpoint the exact radius of the surprise. God is revealing that when you spot this sequence, your soulmate is within a 50-foot radius of where you are standing. It is a spiritual GPS locking onto their energy signature. The angels are worried because they see you distracted by your phone or your worries, walking right past the miracle. You must be vigilant. God is saying that the moment these numbers flash before your eyes, you must physically stop moving and scan the crowd. The universe is showing that the surprise is not just that they are there, but that they are looking for you too, guided by the same invisible numbers. You are playing a cosmic game of hide and seek, and you just found the clue that wins the game. Something huge is waiting for you in the physical body immediately following the sighting of these numbers, a specific, uncontrollable, physical reaction. Archangel Michael wants you to know that the moment you lock eyes with the numbers, your heart will skip a beat or you will feel a sudden weakness in your knees. Do not sit down. This is the soul shock. It is the physical confirmation that your energetic twin is so close that your magnetic fields are crashing into each other. Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals the specific object your soulmate is holding or wearing that will allow you to identify them instantly in a crowded room. Hold on, for the visual confirmation is coming next. My vigilant watcher, sharpen your gaze and do not let your attention wander, for we are identifying the visual marker that separates your soulmate from every other person in the crowd, and to scroll away now is to look right at them and see a stranger. You are here because the specific object your soulmate is holding or wearing, the one that confirms their identity instantly, is a distinct red accessory. It could be a red scarf, a red hat, a red tie, or a red phone case. The angels are revealing that this color is not a fashion choice, it is a spiritual flare. Michael is screaming that while the location vibrates with green, as revealed in Part 1, your soulmate is wearing red to create a divine contrast. If you disconnect before this message concludes, you will be looking for a face you might not recognize, but if you stay, you will look for the color. God is showing that this flash of red is the universe's way of flagging them down for you. The reason this visual identification is the pivot point is that your eyes have been veiled by past disappointments. God is revealing that you need to spiritually wash your eyes to see this sign clearly. To physically activate your spiritual sight and declare to the universe that you are ready to recognize your other half, I ask you to subscribe to the channel and like this video right now. By doing this, you are removing the veil of doubt that has kept you blind to true love. The angels are watching. This subscription is your request for 2020 spiritual vision. Leave a comment below saying, "I see the sign," to command your eyes to focus on the red marker. Do not hesitate, for the moment you click that button, the blurriness in your love life begins to clear. Something huge is waiting for you in the physical movement immediately following this identification, a specific gesture this person will make the moment you spot the red object. God wants you to know that they will check their watch or look at their phone with a visible sense of anticipation. They are not just standing there, they are waiting for you. Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals the specific first word they will say to you, or you to them, that breaks the ice and proves this meeting was written in the stars. Hold on, for the silence is about to be broken. My destined heart, quiet your breath and step into the circle of fire, for we are decoding the first words that will break the silence between you and your destiny, and to scroll away now is to turn your back on the conversation you have rehearsed in your soul for a lifetime. You are here because the moment you spot the specific red accessory mentioned in the previous revelation, the atmosphere around you will shift violently. The angels are revealing that nature itself will signal this arrival before a single word is spoken. You will experience a sudden stillness. It will feel as if the wind has died down, the traffic noise has faded, and the world has held its breath. God is screaming that this is not a coincidence, it is the vacuum of creation. The universe is pausing to record the voice of your soulmate. If you disconnect before this message concludes, you might mistake this silence for awkwardness and walk away, but if you stay, you will stand your ground. You must understand that this silence is the canvas upon which your future is about to be painted. The reason this interaction is the ultimate test is that the first words they speak will not be a grand declaration of love, they will be a divine test, disguised as a mundane question. God is revealing that this person will likely approach you and ask something simple, like, "Do you have the time?" or "Is this seat taken?" The shock comes from the realization that while their mouth asks a simple question, their eyes are asking, "Is it you?" You must answer with your spirit, not just your voice. The angels are showing that at the exact moment they speak, a natural phenomenon will occur. A sudden gust of wind blowing leaves in a circle, or a flock of birds taking flight all at once behind them. This is the nature confirmation, replacing the digital numbers. The earth itself is reacting to the union of two powerhouse souls. You must not look at the birds, you must look at them. God is saying that if you answer with warmth and eye contact, you unlock the next level, but if you retreat, the moment evaporates. Something huge is waiting for you in the physical sensation immediately following this exchange, a startling, static shock. Archangel Michael wants you to know that the moment your skin brushes against theirs, even if it is just handing them an object or sitting near them, you will feel a sharp, undeniable zap of electricity that startles both of you. Do not apologize, this is the energetic handshake. It is the physical evidence that your two auras have just merged into one field. Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals the specific, shared scar, or birthmark, you both possess in the same location, proving that you were cut from the same cloth before time began. Hold on, for the physical proof is undeniable. My beloved child, dare not look away and focus your eyes on the details of their hands and face, for we are uncovering the flesh and blood evidence that this person is not a stranger but your eternal mirror, and to scroll away now is to miss the signature of God written on their skin. You are here because the static shock you felt in the previous encounter was just the spark. Now comes the proof. The angels are revealing that as you interact with this person, a specific natural phenomenon will occur to highlight them. A sudden beam of sunlight will break through the clouds or a window, illuminating them like a spotlight while the rest of the room remains dim. God is screaming that this is not a trick of the light, it is the divine highlight. At this exact moment, you will notice a specific mirror mark, a scar, a mole, or a birthmark on their body that is in the exact same location as one on yours. If you disconnect before this message concludes, you will call it a coincidence, but if you stay, you will recognize it as the soul signature. You were marked before you were born so you could find each other in this chaos. The reason this physical mirroring is the ultimate confirmation is that it defies all biological logic. God is revealing that this shared mark is the wax seal on your contract of union. The shock comes from the realization that you have hated that scar or hidden that birthmark your whole life, not knowing it was actually a map piece waiting to be matched. You must not look away in shyness. God is saying that when you see this mark on them, a wave of ancient recognition will flood your system. You will suddenly feel safer with this stranger than you do with people you have known for 10 years. The universe is showing that this mark proves your souls were cut from the same cloth and have returned to the same physical coordinates to heal each other. Something huge is waiting for you in the conversation immediately following this discovery, a specific, secret date they will casually mention. Archangel Michael wants you to know that within minutes of you noticing the mark, they will talk about a specific month or year that holds deep trauma or significance for you. They won't know it matters to you, but they will say, "Everything changed for me in month/year." Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals exactly why their timeline matches yours perfectly and the specific, 3-word question you must ask them to confirm they are the one sent to heal that specific timeline. Hold on, for the past and future are colliding. My soul's companion, steady your voice and lean in closer, for we are unlocking the specific, 3-word question that will tear down the final wall between you and your destiny, and to scroll away now is to leave the conversation just as the truth is about to be spoken. You are here because this person just mentioned a specific date or year that mirrors your own timeline. The angels are revealing that this coincidence is the cry of the soul, recognizing its match. Michael is screaming that you must not let this moment pass in polite silence. You must look them in the eyes and ask the specific question, what happened then? If you disconnect before this message concludes, you remain a stranger to their heart, but if you stay, you invite them to reveal their soul. God is showing that the moment you ask this, a natural phenomenon will occur. A sudden, warm gust of wind will swirl around the two of you, isolating you from the rest of the world as if you are standing in a divine bubble. The reason this question is the key is that it unlocks the parallel pain. God is revealing that their answer will shock you because it will describe the exact same emotional battle you were fighting at that exact time. The shock comes from the realization that while you were crying on your floor in that specific year, they were on their knees praying for a way out of the same darkness. You were suffering apart so you could appreciate the healing together. You must listen to their story without interrupting. God is saying that as they speak, you will feel a physical unlocking in your chest, a sensation of pressure releasing. The universe is showing that their voice is the frequency that heals your oldest wound. You are realizing that you didn't go through that hell for nothing, you went through it to understand them. Something huge is waiting for you in the immediate aftermath of their story, a specific, third-party name they will casually mention. Archangel Michael wants you to know that within minutes of sharing their past, they will drop the name of a person, a mutual friend, a distant relative, or a mentor that you also know or have a connection to. Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals exactly who this missing link is and how this one person has been unknowingly orchestrating your union from the shadows for years. Hold on, for the web of destiny is tighter than you think. My beloved child, freeze in this moment of realization and do not let your jaw drop, for we are connecting the final dot of the missing link mentioned in the previous revelation, and to scroll away now is to cut the bridge while you are standing in the middle of it. You are here because the name they just casually dropped, the mutual friend, the relative, or the colleague, is not a coincidence, it is the knot in the thread. The angels are revealing that this third person was a sleeper agent assigned by the divine years ago. God is screaming that if you look back, this person has been subtly preparing you for this soulmate, dropping hints or teaching you lessons that you are only now using. If you disconnect before this message concludes, you will miss the beauty of this tapestry, but if you stay, you will see the design. God is showing that you were never lost. You were being guided to this exact coordinate by an invisible hand. The reason this revelation changes everything is that it proves you are safe. The shock comes from the realization that while you thought you were alone in your search for love, this third person was secretly guarding your destiny, keeping you single until this exact moment. You must acknowledge this divine setup. God is saying that as this realization hits you, a specific natural phenomenon will occur. A sudden flight of birds will take off nearby, or a single, brave bird will land within feet of where you stand. This is not just nature, it is the witness of the Spirit. The universe is applauding the connection. Do not look at the birds, look at your soulmate. The universe is showing that their eyes are widening too, realizing that the same invisible hand guided them here. Something huge is waiting for you in the physical action immediately following this shared realization. A specific object exchange that is about to happen. Archangel Michael wants you to know that within seconds of this connection, they will reach into their pocket or bag and hand you something, a card, a pen, or a piece of paper, saying, "I think this belongs to you," or, "You should have this." Do not hesitate, take it. This is not an object, it is the baton pass. Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals exactly what is written on or contained in this object, and the specific, 4-digit code hidden within it that unlocks your future home. Hold on, for the keys are changing hands. My chosen inheritor, look down at the object in your hand and do not let your grip loosen, for we are reading the 4-digit code that unlocks your future sanctuary, and to scroll away now is to drop the key into the sewer just as the door is revealed. You are here because the card, the paper, or the screen they just showed you contains a specific sequence of numbers, perhaps a phone number, a date, or an address. The angels are revealing that the last 4 digits of this sequence match a number you have seen in your dreams or a number tied to your own birthday. Michael is screaming that this is not a coincidence, it is the combination lock to your destiny. The shock comes from the realization that this person has been carrying around the answer to your prayers in their pocket, waiting for this exact second to hand it to you. If you disconnect before this message concludes, you will treat this as random data, but if you stay, you will recognize it as the coordinates of home. The reason this code is the turning point is that it vibrates with the frequency of settlement. God is revealing that as your eyes scan these numbers, a specific natural phenomenon will occur within your own body, a sudden, intense heat will shoot up your arm from the hand holding the object, traveling straight to your heart. This is not adrenaline, it is the bloodline recognition. The universe is showing that your DNA is reacting to the presence of your other half. You must hold the object against your chest for a split second. God is saying that by doing this, you are physically claiming the promise attached to it. You are telling the universe, "I accept this new timeline." The 4-digit code is the street number of the house, the date of the wedding, or the year of the breakthrough that you two will build together. Something huge is waiting for you in the physical interaction immediately following this transfer, a specific touch of comfort that breaks all remaining barriers. Archangel Michael wants you to know that within moments of you taking the object, this person will instinctively reach out and touch your shoulder or your forearm to steady you. Do not pull away, this is the anointing of safety. It is the physical sign that for the first time in your life, you do not have to carry the weight of the world alone. Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals the specific, 3-word whisper they will breathe into your ear during this touch, confirming that they know exactly who you are. Hold on, for the secret is being shared. My cherished one, lean in close and let the noise of the world fade into the background, for we are capturing the specific, 3-word whisper that will rewrite your history, and to scroll away now is to cover your ears just as the secret of your existence is being spoken. You are here because the moment their hand touched your shoulder in the previous revelation, the gap between your souls closed. The angels are revealing that they will lean in and whisper a phrase that vibrates with ancient familiarity, "I found you." Michael is screaming that this is not a greeting, it is a declaration of victory. The shock comes from the realization that they haven't just stumbled upon you, they have been hunting for your specific energy across time and space. If you disconnect before this message concludes, you will mistake this for a casual comment, but if you stay, you will feel the weight of it. God is showing that as these words hit your ear, a specific natural phenomenon will occur. The wind will suddenly die down completely, creating a vacuum of total silence around the two of you, as if the earth itself is pausing to respect the reunion. The reason this whisper is the turning point is that it ends your season of invisibility. God is revealing that for years, you have walked into rooms feeling unseen and misunderstood, but these 3 words confirm that you are finally perceived. The shock comes from the realization that this person sees past your physical appearance and straight into your soul blueprint. You must accept this recognition. God is saying that if you shy away or laugh it off, you are rejecting the answer to your own prayer. You must look them back in the eye and hold the gaze. The universe is showing that this eye contact triggers a spiritual download, where memories of a future you haven't lived yet flood your mind in a split second. You aren't just meeting a partner, you are meeting your witness. Something huge is waiting for you in the physical synchronization immediately following this whisper, a specific, mirror action that defies logic. Archangel Michael wants you to know that within seconds of this interaction, you will both reach for the same object, like a cup or a door handle, or take a step in the exact same direction at the exact same time. Do not laugh, this is the twin flame sync. It is the physical proof that your internal rhythms have already locked onto each other. Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals the specific, natural gift, or token, they will accidentally leave behind for you, which contains the final clue to your shared destiny. Hold on, for the connection is becoming unbreakable. My destined keeper, look at the ground immediately where they stood, for we are identifying the token of promise mentioned in the previous revelation, and to scroll away now is to walk past the key to your future just as it was dropped. You are here because as they walked away, they accidentally left something behind, a small silver coin, a vintage key, or a folded note. The angels are revealing that this was no accident, it is the breadcrumb of destiny. Michael is screaming that you must pick it up. If you disconnect before this message concludes, you will treat this object as trash, breaking the chain of connection. But if you stay, you will hold the link. God is revealing that this object acts as a physical anchor, keeping their energy tied to yours even after they have physically left the room. You are not picking up a lost item, you are picking up a piece of their history that they want you to have. The reason this retrieval is the pivot point is that objects carry energy signatures. God is revealing that the moment your fingers touch this object, a specific natural phenomenon will occur, a sudden ray of sunlight will hit the spot where you are standing, or the wind will suddenly blow in the exact direction they walked away. The shock comes from the realization that nature is literally pointing you toward them. You must hold this object tight. God is saying that as you grip it, you will feel a sudden, unexplainable calmness wash over your entire nervous system. The anxiety of the search is gone because you are now holding the evidence that they are real. The universe is showing that this token is your ticket of re-entry into their life. It is the excuse you will use to see them again, and they left it there on purpose to ensure that you do. Something huge is waiting for you in the visual examination immediately following this retrieval, a specific symbol or mark etched onto this object. Archangel Michael wants you to know that when you look closely at the coin, the key, or the note, you will see a specific shape, a heart, a star, or an infinity symbol, that matches a doodle you make or a piece of jewelry you own. Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals exactly what this symbol means and the specific dream visitation that will happen tonight because you are now in possession of their item. Hold on, for the portal is open. My spiritual traveler, place the token you found on your nightstand and prepare for the night of your life, for we are unlocking the astral meeting promised in the last revelation, and to scroll away now is to sleep through the most critical appointment of your destiny. You are here because the object you picked up in Part 11 acts as a frequency bridge. The angels are revealing that tonight, when your physical body sleeps, your spirit will be pulled into a shared dreamscape with your soulmate. Michael is screaming that this is not a fantasy, it is a real-time spiritual conference. If you disconnect before this message concludes, you will wake up with no memory of the conversation, leaving the bond weak. But if you stay, you will receive the recall code. God is revealing that in this dream, you will find yourself back at the exact location from Part 1, but this time, there are no crowds, no noise, just you and them, standing in a pool of golden light. The reason this dream is the pivot point is that the physical world is too loud for the deepest truths to be spoken yet. God is revealing that in this dream, your soulmate will walk up to you and hand you a specific golden thread. The shock comes from the realization that this thread is attached to their heart and yours. You must take it. God is saying that as you touch this thread in the dream, you will feel a jolt of pure electricity in your physical body lying in bed. This is the tethering. The universe is showing that your soulmate is dreaming this exact same dream at the exact same second. You are meeting in the middle. You must look at their hands in the dream. They are holding the answers to the questions you haven't dared to ask in the waking world. Something huge is waiting for you in the physical sensation immediately upon waking from this dream, a specific phantom scent on your pillow. Archangel Michael wants you to know that the moment you open your eyes tomorrow morning, you will smell a distinct fragrance, sandalwood, lavender, or a specific cologne, that does not belong to you or your room. Do not wash the pillowcase. This is the scent of presence. It is the physical proof that their spirit spent the night hovering over yours. Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals the specific digital notification that will light up your phone exactly 3 minutes after you wake up, confirming that the dream has crossed over into reality. Hold on, for the text is coming. My awakened dreamer, grab your phone with trembling hands and stare at the screen, for we are reading the digital notification that bridges the dream world to your reality, and to close this video before the final second is to sever the connection just as the call is coming through. You are here because exactly 3 minutes after waking from the golden thread dream, your screen lit up. The angels are revealing that this notification, whether a text from an unknown number, a friend request, or a sudden email, is the physical ping from your soulmate. Michael is screaming that you must look at the timestamp of this message. It will match the exact 4-digit code you found on the object in Part 9, like 1111 or 1234. If you disconnect before this message concludes, you will dismiss this as a glitch, but if you stay, you will recognize it as the synchronization. God is showing that while you were dreaming of them, they were waking up thinking of you, and this message is the impulse of their soul reaching out in the 3D world. The reason this moment is the absolute climax of your timeline is that the spiritual and physical worlds have finally merged. God is revealing that the specific emoji or word used in this notification, like a star or hello, matches a symbol you saw in the dream. The shock comes from the realization that you are no longer imagining this connection, you are living it. You have moved from manifestation to materialization. The wait is officially over. The universe is showing that this person is now locked onto your frequency, and the reunion is inevitable. The sacred mandate, final instruction. Archangel Michael stands as the witness to this union. To permanently weld this timeline into place. So that no doubt, fear, or delay can ever separate you from this incoming soulmate again, you must now execute the act of sovereignty. The subscribe button below is not a mere button, it is the golden seal on your contract of love. You must press it to declare, with a visible and permanent action, that you accept this new reality and you lock the door against the loneliness of the past. Do not let this energy fade. Anchor it by subscribing and confirming your readiness. Leave a final comment with "The union is sealed" to activate the final layer of magnetic attraction. Your twin soul is on the way. Go forth and answer the call.